The next session is on collecting observational data using the SMART survey, Venue Observation Survey. You will see in this survey that there are two sections. The first is observational data about the venue and/or performance space. The second are follow-up questions. Hopefully you should be able to do this on the night itself. You may need to speak to a member of staff, perhaps the venue manager, promoter, box office or door staff. And what we recommend is that if they are busy on the census night, you may wish to set a date or time to return. If you aren't able to finish off these questions, let your team leader or local coordinator know, but upload anyway. Okay, so we're going to go to the survey now. So again, it uploads in as the offline survey mode. And I'm just going to check for updates. So it's just having a think about that. Okay. So again, we need to add new response. So you can see here, the first question is very straightforward. What's the name and location for the venue for which you are completing this survey? So it's a venue name and the location, city, postcode if known. It's very important that you write down the time of your observations. So what time are you actually making these observations? The next question, what kind of venue is this? So you just select one of the venues there. Hopefully fairly self-explanatory. If not, there are definitions within the glossary on the UK Live Music website. The next question, does the venue have an in-house PA system? So that's public address system. So it could be permanent loudspeakers, amplifiers, microphones. Yes, no, don't know. You then want to use the drop-down menu to select what kind of music is actually playing on the night, and there is an other there, other please specify function. At the bottom there, multi-genre, e.g. function band. We then want you to look at what best describes the type of event. Is it a concert, recital, a performance in which the audience are mainly seated? Is it a gig where the audience are mainly standing? Is it a club or party where the audience are mainly dancing? Or is it a session where there's little or no separation between the performers and audience? So for example, a folk session. Or is it something else entirely? We then want you to think about roughly what age brackets the people in the room belong to. And here you need to tick all that apply. Then find out what the door charge is. If there's a minimum and maximum ticket price, enter it if necessary. If there's only one price, enter it into the minimum price box. If there's no entry charge, just enter 0 here. If there are any comments to make, you may wish to make them in this box here. Then you need to think about the opening time. So what time did the venue actually open? And there's a drop-down list of all the times within the 24-hour clock. The show start time, the show finish time, and what time the venue is actually closing if it's different to the above. Again, you may wish to make some comments here. This is a very important question. We want you to estimate the number of patrons or customers, audience members in each live music area or each live music room at the time of your visit. So if there's only one space, then you just fill it out for room 1. But there could be anything up to 4 rooms. For example, a club may have 4 different floors with different dance floors. And we want you to just give a rough head count for each of those. Okay, so the next 2 questions in this section is focusing on accessibility. So is there step-free access from the pavement to the performance area? So for example, lifts, ramps, level surfaces for wheelchair users. And then is there an accessible disabled toilet? Okay, so through to the next page. So these are what we're calling the follow-up questions. The first question is about how many days or nights a week the venue hosts or stages live music. Now, here again, it's a radio button question, so you can only choose one of these. This might be something that you can work out perhaps from a gig listings poster, or you may need to speak to a member of staff. Similarly, for the next question, on which nights of the week does live music usually happen? And for here, you can tick as many boxes as appropriate. The next question, again, is very important. How many people are or were employed at the venue for the event? So if possible, check with the venue staff or if that's not possible, enter figures based on your observation. And here we're looking for number of musicians, then separately DJs, bar or front of house staff, production staff, so something like sound engineers, and then door staff or box office staff. It will automatically total up whatever you put in, as you can see there, into the next box. Okay. The next question, what is the license capacity of the venue for live music? This again is something that you will almost certainly need to speak to a member of staff. And then this again, a very important question, what's the maximum number of patrons expected in these live music areas or rooms on the night? So again, here you may need to speak, you will almost certainly need to speak to the person on the door, or to base this on an observation at the busiest point of the event. So this might be the start of a concert, for example. And again, you just need to do a head count there. Then if you can get the number, what was the final total audience number at the venue for the census day or night event? And then coming to the end, just so that we know whether or not these are based on observations or whether or not you actually managed to speak to a member of staff. So just put yes or no there, and then if you're able to put the name of the staff member or their job title, that would be really helpful. Finally, you just need to put your full name, and then your email address if you've not already given this to your local census coordinator. This is just so that we can get back in touch with you if needs be, if there are any questions about anything that you've entered in the venue observation survey. So once you've got to the end of this, you just click Finish Survey. Again, it takes you back to the offline survey menu and you can see the completed response there. You can either upload that individually, or when you're ready, upload all local responses. The password is always census, and that's lowercase. Submit. It says you've authenticated successfully. Please try the upload options again. You can see it's still there, so you have to press upload again, and you can see now it's been uploaded, and it should have disappeared from your smartphone or tablet device. Okay, so that's the venue observation survey. Now I'm going to run you through the audience survey, so please load up the next video.